everybody, my name is Maren and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video for you guys about what you need when you fly with your puppy. And I definitely can't say I'm an expert because this will be the first time, I don't know why I decided to think about that. This will be the first time I've ever flown with my dog because I have to go pick her up halfway across the United States. But you know what? It is definitely gonna be worth it to see that cute little puppy face. So I put together a list of the things that I think you guys need to fly with your puppy to hopefully make your trip a little bit less hectic. The very first thing that I think you need when flying with your puppy are some treats. You definitely need some training treats because you need to keep your puppy occupied and quiet and happy. And if they're eating, they can't be whining and they can't be barking. So the first thing I would definitely say is get some treats. The second thing is a clicker. I'm not sure if the puppy that you guys have knows how to use a clicker yet, but it's a really quick little training. All you have to do is take a treat and tell your dog sit, lay down, something along those lines. And as soon as they do it, you click it, and it's obnoxiously loud, and you hand them the treat. And within about a minute or two, they should really understand that, okay, this click means I did something good and I'm getting a treat. So I'd recommend this just to pass time while you're waiting at your gate, and definitely could save some headache for you guys. The third thing I'm going to recommend is not actually a dog item. It would be a water bottle, an empty water bottle. I would recommend bringing a water bottle because once you go through security, you can fill this water bottle up at a drinking fountain, and of course your puppy or dog, I guess if you're bringing your dog as well, is gonna need to drink on your flight. While I understand not giving them water for the first part of the flight, so hopefully they don't have to use the bathroom, they will likely need to drink some water unless your flight's less than an hour. So my flight happens to be about 4 hours, maybe 4.5, depending upon the weather. So I'll try not to give her water for maybe the first 3 hours, but the last hour I'm definitely gonna have to give her some water. So I recommend you bring this through security empty, fill it up after you get through security, and then save this for when your puppy needs to drink. The fourth and fifth thing, I'm gonna do them together, would be toys. My personal recommendation would be a Kong toy filled with these training treats, and that's because, again, as long as you're keeping your puppy or dog occupied, they won't be a nuisance to the passengers around them. The fifth thing would be a variation of a Nylabone. This happens to be one of Nylabone's products. It is a puppy chewing toy, and it's bacon scented. I really like the little bones that you can get as well, and I think that would be an even better option than what I have here, because they're so tiny. So I would definitely recommend at least 2 toys, but keep in mind you want nothing that makes noise because you don't want to bother the people around you any more than you already are by having your dog there. So I'd pick something you can either stuff with a treat or is completely silent when played with. The sixth thing might not be the most glamorous thing, but you're definitely gonna need it. I would recommend a poop bag, dispenser, and bags, because you never know when your dog's gonna have to use a bathroom, and it's better safe than sorry. This one is really useful because it actually has a little Velcro clip, so you can actually clip this to the bag on the outside. I'm going to be traveling with a little puppy, small dog carrying case, and my puppy will be inside of that. And all of this stuff needs to be within hand's reach, so you're gonna have to either attach it to the outside of the bag or buy a bag that has pockets would be the most ideal situation. The seventh thing I would recommend is some type of anxiety solution. Mine happens to be a Snuggle puppy. It's got a little heart up here and it gives off what feels like a heartbeat. I am not positive this will work for my dog, but there are other solutions out there that I think you should probably discuss with your vet, whether that's medication. There are some calming treats out there as well, something like CBD oil for pets, Benadryl. Again, discuss with your vet, but there are many options out there. This just happens to be the one that I'm going to use, and hopefully it works. The eighth item, again, not very glamorous, but I would recommend baby wipes. You don't know if your dog is going to make a mess, and you definitely want to make sure you have something to clean it up with. And this will make your life so much easier in case that does happen. The next thing I would recommend is actually bringing a very small blanket. I'm not sure you guys can tell, but this is a small blanket. The reason I would recommend bringing a blanket is because airplanes can have a draft on the floor. They can get extremely cold, and especially if you're going to go pick up your puppy who's very tiny, but it happens to be the middle of winter, so I very much so doubt, extremely only doubt that the puppy will be too warm down there. So, blanket. Now, the very most important thing of all would be to bring every important file you have, at least a copy of it, in a folder within easy reach, because you definitely will need to provide some documentation for your dog. You are likely going to need a health certificate within the past 10 days from your veterinarian, your shot record, and any other information that you think is important. I would like to recommend a couple more things that, while I do not have them with me because they're actually with my puppy already in Minnesota, I still would like to cover regardless. You probably should bring a leash and a collar, because some airlines requires that you have a leash and a collar for your dog. Important. I would also make sure that you guys have a name tag to stick on the collar, because in the horrible scenario that your puppy does get away from you at the airport, you want to make it as easy as possible to identify that you are their owners. Last thing, I can't say the most important because I already said something was the most important. The second most important, I guess, is to make sure you guys have a carrying case for your dog, because unless your dog is a service dog or ESA, you won't be allowed to take your dog on a flight without a carrying case, whether that is a carrying case for on the airplane, which I would recommend, or a crate for under the airplane, which is not ideal. Make sure you guys have a carrying case. All airlines have different guidelines as to what they allow on the airplane. Some actually do allow you to buy that case at the airport. I know that, I think Delta sells one and I think Southwest sells one, but other than that, I'm not sure. I know some of them discontinued the cases that they used to sell. Your dog will stay in that for the duration of the flight. So those are the top things I think you will need, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if not, I still have a beautiful day, and thank you all for watching.